I actually never wanted to come into films. It's in your genes, it's in your genes. So the films drag me in. A film is made on two tables. One is the writer's table, the other one is in the edit table.
Hi, this is Melanie of Pardesi Reviews. This is the first of a three-part series of my interview with film editor Praveen K, who has won the National Film Award for Film Editing of the cult classic Aaranya Kaandam, directed by Kumararaja. In this first of the series, we talk about Praveen's background in working in editing and television and how he works with his team to edit all of these films. Praveen has been a film editor of over 80 films, I believe, and he has worked in all different industries: Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, and Hindi, and I think English as well. He's won the Tamil State Award for the film Saroja, and he has not only won the National Film Award for Aaranya Kaandam, but has been behind several blockbuster films like Rajinikanth's Kabali, NGK with Surya, and Maharshi with Mahesh Babu. This was a thrill for me to be able to talk to Praveen. I'm always so curious about what's behind the curtain and how films are made. And this particular segment was like a dream come true, to really being able to ask about this whole process of a film editor working with a film director in the Indian film industry. Hi, this is Melanie of Pardesi Reviews, and I'm here with a special interview guest, Praveen K, National Award winner for film editing. He has done films like Kabali, Maharshi, NGK, and Aaranya Kaandam. So, welcome. I'm so thrilled to be speaking with you today.
Thank you. Same here.
So, I've read that you are third generation in show business and the entertainment business. Was it always your dream to be involved in the business? Or I think I saw that you were applying for college for a completely different kind of career to begin with.
That's right. See, my grandfather was into movies, and my dad was into movies. A couple of my uncles are into movies as well. So as growing up, you see them working so hard in the film industry and not getting paid. The work wasn't always there back then, and they used to be at home for 6 months at home and then 6 months for at work. It was a complete mismatch. So I actually never wanted to come into films. So I wanted to. Yeah, but I wanted to get into college and do something related to biotechnology. Something that's taking off right now. Yeah. So, but unfortunately, I didn't score enough in my exams, so it kind of delayed for a year. So that one year that I had in between, I went in as a part-time. I went in for a part-time job, which kind of led me into what I am today. But yeah, that's a brief story of it.
How old were you? Only like 18 years old or something when you started?
My first job was when I was 17 years old.
Oh, wow.
But I lied to them and I said I was 18 because legally you're supposed to be 18. Yeah.
So did you find so you worked in television for many years, I think. So you started in television, and then when did you start doing, and you lived in Singapore for a number of years too, I think. So
That's right.
When did you start doing films? Was it, I think it was like around 2008 or something, I think was the first film that I saw on your IMDb page.
2006 is when I started editing. When I started editing a movie. 2007, the first film that I worked on got released. So yeah, I lived in Singapore and all that. So the reason why I ran away to Singapore from India was I didn't want to get into films again. I'm going back to what I was doing earlier.
It's like The Godfather; they draw you back in.
So I was very comfortably placed in Singapore. I was with Discovery Asia for a while, and then started freelancing for them. So I was like one of the most sought after editors in Singapore back then. But as they say, it's in your genes, it's in your genes. So the films dragged me in.
And I mean, it's an incredible career. I think you have done over 80 films. And I was counting just for last year, for 2019, there was 16 different films released that you were film editor. So, do you ever sleep?
I've got an amazing bunch of assistants with me, so they kind of manage all the stress, and I'm very easy with them. So it kind of works both ways. So
So,
yeah,
how big of a team works on a typical film then? How many people?
two max, and I kind of restrict them to two because the process involves them to learn the ins and outs of everything together. So there'll be one assistant, one associate. So the associate is slightly a level up than the assistant. But there's no hierarchy as such. We just label it as that. Anyone can talk to me, anyone can do what they want. So it's all free, as long as they are creative and they don't disturb the flow of the film, everyone's good to go.
So I'm really fascinated and interested in the process because I know it's such a close partnership with a film director to make a film. You know, it's both have very important roles, but film editing can make or break a film with what you do with the footage that you're given. So when are you brought in typically on the process? Are you brought in very early when they're just have a script and storyboards, or is it later in the process?
So typically, as they say, a film is made on two tables. One is the writer's table, the other one is in the edit table. So it can completely alter the film's, the way the film's going to, come to the audience. But majorly back then, I'm talking about 4 or 5 years ago here in India. It's not a very organized system that we have here. Unfortunately, we are getting there. Yeah, hopefully it will be that in the next couple of years. But yeah, 4 or 5 years ago, the editor was only brought in much later, even after shoots, and he's just someone who's supposed to put things together, not nothing creative about that. And that was what people used to think about an editor as well. But fortunately, everything has changed now. The editors are whoever, all my colleagues, and including myself, we try to push our work towards what it really means. And most of the directors, the younger crop at least, they kind of understand what the importance of what an editor is, and they start the moment they start narrating a story. We get involved ourselves. So for me, after I typically take a narration from a director. Once the narration is over, I get the script book and I start timing the script book. Like I give the rough timing, and then that kind of helps them to kind of get to know the entire length of the movie, so they don't have to worry too much about it later on the table. So we kind of trim it on the script level itself. Then comes the storyboard. We sit down with the DOP, the art, the production designer. We call them an art director here, but yeah, it's production designer over there. Production designer, DOP, the costume designer, and the director himself, and kind of brainstorm and try and get a storyboard, or at least get a rough idea of where we are heading. So the moment that is done, we are very sure about what needs to be done on set. So that's the way it is working right now. And every movie that we have done in this process, like whatever that I've told you, has made wonders. It's come out really well. So that is something that I'm pushing for. Let's hopefully in 2 or 3 years it will get streamlined.
So do you even start editing while the film is in production? Because it's a whole promotion machine of having to create teaser trailers, and it seems like even while the process is going on. So are you brought in and given some of the rushes, I guess it would be called, some of the daily stuff, or to kind of wait until the end?
Yeah. No, yes. Right now, like I said, things have changed the way we work. As editors, we are getting involved, or people want us to be involved right from the top, from day one itself. And because of that, there's a lot of change that happens the way they shoot, or the way we want it to be shot, or the way the director's vision is going to be, worked out. Yes, totally. We start from day one. Like I said, the moment they shoot, the footage or the dailies, as we call it there, comes to us the very next day. And I've set it up. Right now, I'm in the process of setting up a system wherein if they end their shoot at 6 p.m. in the evening, wherever they are in the world. They could be in the US, they could be in Japan, or they could be in Chennai itself. It will get to my edit room by 8 p.m. I've already set it up. Uh, I've basically moved my entire process to the cloud. So no one has to come and visit me. They can just watch what I'm doing on their phone. That's what I've
Right.
done.
Right. It's a new world having everything digital and being able to share, like you say, in the cloud and be collaborative. You don't all necessarily have to be in the same place. Has
That's
that been an advantage for right now? Yeah, I mean, we're in the middle of COVID lockdown in both of our countries. I'm sure a lot of filming has just stopped the same way that it has in our country. So, did you have, I mean, I know it's so computer intense, the kind of editing work on feature films. Are people able to do this at home, or do you have to go to your editing studio where you have all of the, the massive hard drives and whatever to be able to do the editing work?
Uh, See, the current scenario right now here is yes, we need to go to a place, we need to edit from there, or we need to have your storage drives, you need to invest on massive storages. But I'm trying to alter the system. I'm in the process of testing out everything. And most probably, once that kicks off, the process is very simple. You can access it from anywhere in the world. You can watch me edit. I can talk to you guys wherever you are at, and you can actually. I'll just give you an app on your phone. So with that app, you can do whatever you want. Whatever you do in my edit room physically, you can do it through that app.
Wow. So, are your assistants doing kind of the nitty gritty, and you're just saying, "I want it, cut it here. I want this shot. I want this angle," and you're just kind of supervising what they're doing, and or reviewing their work every day, or how does that kind of work?
Typically, not every day, because that wouldn't give them the freedom that they would want to, how they want to explore. So I let them do what they are doing. I give them my deadline. I'll tell them, so, okay, so you're going to start work on Monday, so I need this by Thursday evening, and my client's deadline will be Saturday. So I have a buffer of 2 days. Thursday evening, I review it, and then I tell them what needs to be done, what is wrong, and what is right, and how. If I liked it, I will tell them I liked it. If not, I'll try and guide them and see what, to try and make them understand what I would need. And then we can kind of arrive at something that we would like, and then we take it to the client, whether a director or a producer. So that's the process.
Don't miss the second part of my interview with Praveen K, where we talk extensively about the making of the cult classic film Aaranya Kaandam, for which he won the National Film Award for film editing.
So I walked up to the producer and asked him whether if he had signed up the director when he was drunk. So Jackie Shroff, who plays the old man in the movie, he's done close to 100 and maybe close to 200 films. By the
Right.
time he's doing this film in Tamil, that was his first entry into Tamil. The first day, he made Jackie Shroff do 36 takes. We had an alternative ending for the movie also.
Oh,
We
really?
still, yeah, yeah. We still have it.